Hey, Sasha, long time no see.
Huh? Alex? What's the matter? Is it really you?
What do you mean, what's the matter? Is it that strange for a brother to contact his dearest little sister? Of course it's me. Don't tell me you don't have your own brother added to your contacts.
I do. That's why I'm surprised. It's just that it's been 5 whole years since you last contacted me, and even longer since I last saw you in person. You never go to visit our parents at their place either.
That's only because Dad told me not to come back. He even said to me that I'm no longer his son. Don't you think that's going a bit too far?
You know that's all because you stole money from Mom and Dad. It's no wonder that Dad's mad at you. What did you expect him to be like? To welcome you back with open arms like nothing happened?
I was struggling back then. I was broke and I had all this debt. I didn't have a choice, Sasha.
Well, you were infamous for being a troublemaker in our hometown. All the shit you did. I still can't believe some of the things you did and said back then. Dad and Mom were so stressed out because of you.
It's all in the past. That was ages ago. Besides, I'm not like that anymore. I'm a changed man.
Really? I wish I could believe you straight off the bat. I really hope you're not going to look at me for help if you screw up again. By the way, what are you doing for work these days?
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm working in construction now. Big news, though. I got married last month. I'm all nice and settled down, you'll see.
Seriously? You're married? Well, congratulations. Wow, that's big news. What's your new wife like?
She's super hot. She's so toned, too. She looks like a supermodel.
For real? I'd love to see her. You finally settled down, huh? I guess you have to work hard for your family now, don't you? You know you can't cause people trouble anymore, right?
Come on, stop saying stuff like Dad. I told you I'm a changed man now. You're just like Dad nagging me like this. You're so damn annoying. Can't you say something nice to me for a change? What about you, anyway? Do you have a boyfriend yet?
Well, I'm still single. I quit my job a while ago and I'm back living with Mom. I'm going to take some time off and figure things out.
What, so you're unemployed? At your age, huh? That's just embarrassing. Are you at least doing something like working part-time?
Well, no, I'm not working at the moment. I quit because some issues came up between me and my ex-boss. I'm drained and real tired, so I'm taking time off for my mental health. You don't understand how demanding my last job was.
That isn't an excuse to rely on our parents at your age. Plus, I can't believe you're still single. Lonely and jobless is pathetic. You haven't changed at all. Just as pathetic as you've always been.
What do you mean by that? You better watch your tongue. No wonder Dad was mad at you all that time. He didn't forgive you because of this ill attitude of yours.
I mean, you've always been an ugly loser, always so dull and lonely.
Wow, that's rich coming from you. I can't believe you have the balls to be so judgmental after all the stealing and scheming you've done over the years.
Well, at least I'm no loser. Far as I can remember, you've always been single with no boyfriend. Even in high school, you quit your extracurricular activities almost straight away. Didn't you say you quit that because of a senior, too? See, you're always blaming other people.
A lot happened back then, too.
You're so pathetic. I can't imagine how you're going to survive the way you are.
I've tried my best. I tried for 5 whole years. I thought it was time to take a break. I can't believe I'm hearing all this from you. You're the one who's been the burden to our parents.
Well, at least I can look after myself. I don't whinge and blame other people.
You have no right to say all of this to me. I'm not talking about this anymore. By the way, did you tell Mom that you got married?
Nope, not yet. Because Dad passed away last year, I thought it'd be a good time to contact you again and reconnect with the family.
I see. You could have reconnected sooner, though. I think Dad wasn't as mad at you the way he used to be in his later years. And it would have been nice if you could have talked to him. You are his only son, after all.
Nah, if I reached out, it would have been a whole lot of nagging from him all over again. He always looked down on me.
I'm just saying it would have been nice if you could have made up with him in the end. I hope you'll be nice to Mom. Make it up to her for the past and everything.
Yeah, I know. You don't need to tell me what to do. Now that Dad is out of the way, I'm all fine. He really was a pain in the ass.
Don't say that. That's a horrible way to put it. Even though Dad was tough and hard to come to terms with, Dad was worried about you, Alex. Of course he wanted you to do well, despite everything that happened. You were still his son. Hey, I'm sorry I didn't notice your call earlier, Alex. What's up?
Hey, loser! You've got to leave the house right now, you worthless piece of shit! No job, no boyfriend, and now you're about to be homeless! Get ready to leave the house, I mean it!
Huh? What the hell are you saying? What do you mean I'm gonna be homeless?
From today, I'm gonna move into Mom's place with my wife, so you better pack up your stuff and leave!
From today? You're being crazy. Have you lost your mind?
I've already arranged everything. I've already moved out of my flat. I'm on my way over there with the moving company right now.
Isn't this all too sudden? Have you talked to Mom about this? I mean, this obviously concerns her too. You want to live together with Mom and your wife, the three of you, right? Do you have her permission?
Nope, I haven't talked to her yet. I don't need anyone's permission. But I'm sure that I'm in the right to inherit our family home. I mean, I am the first child and the eldest son, after all. I'm just inheriting what'll be mine anyway. A bit early, I guess, but the house is gonna end up mine anyway.
Isn't it obvious you've got to tell Mom beforehand? She has her own life going on too, you know. Besides, I can't just leave today. I don't have anywhere to go. Where am I supposed to sleep tonight?
How should I know? It's none of my concern where you end up. Go on and find a motel or somewhere.
Are you being serious? You really must be out of your mind.
Aren't you ashamed of yourself right now? Being the age that you are and still living off your parents?
I do give Mom rent, if I must tell you.
That's not the problem. Living with Mom at her place, she must make you meals and do everything for you. I bet Mom's doing all the cleaning and washing for you, too. Knowing you, you're a lazy bitch.
I do the housework, too. You don't even know me or how I am at all, Alex. Mom and I help each other out around the house. We do all the chores and house stuff together.
I doubt you do as much as you say you do. I don't trust what you're saying at all. Anyway, it's a fact that Mom has to do more around the house with you living with her.
Well, yeah, but I guess she sometimes bakes cupcakes for me every now and again. And she does help me out with stuff too, but...
See? I knew it, just as I suspected. You are a burden to Mom. Mom will be much better off living with me and my wife. I'll be much better living with her than you'll ever be.
How can you be so sure that you won't be a burden to her? I'm worried that you're going to cause Mom trouble. You're not going to steal money from Mom or anything, are you? Please don't do what you used to do. You used to steal money from our parents' wallets. You stole often from them, I remember.
Me causing trouble to our parents? That's all in the past. I've changed now. I work and provide for my wife like a real adult. I'll do the same for Mom. I'll take care of her.
Seriously, how can I trust you?
Of course I will, but I'm certainly not going to look after you. You're still young. You're going to have to fend for yourself. You're on your own from now on. Get back on your own feet.
Well, I suppose what you say makes some sense, but if you told me earlier, I could have prepared for this. Why do you have to do this out of the blue?
If I told you earlier, I thought you'd be stubborn. I thought you may shut yourself in and refuse to leave. That's why I decided to do this without telling you.
I wouldn't shut myself in. Jeez, Alex.
We're going to start moving our stuff in from 2 p.m. today. Just take your necessities and leave ASAP. This is not negotiable. You've got to become fully independent, Sasha.
Well, I guess you do have a point. Fine. Okay, then. You look after Mom, right? You'll promise me that much, right? Sasha, you've got to help me. You've got to come back home now. I'm begging you, please, Sasha. The house is a mess. Huh? What's wrong, Mom? You're still living with Alex and his wife, right? I need you, Sasha. Why? What do you mean? Alex said that he'd look after you. He promised me. Look after me? Living with them, it's like living with two devils. That house isn't mine anymore. Alex and that wife of his, they've taken over the house and they've booted me out too. What the heck? What do you mean booted you out? It's your house. Where on earth are you now? For the time being, my neighbor is letting me stay at their place for a bit. You know, Betty and Hank's place, 2 doors down ours. They used to take care of you sometimes when you were little. Yeah, I remember them. It's so cold outside today, too. What? Honestly, this is unbelievable. Isn't it snowing where you are? Yes, it's snowing and it's freezing cold outside. What's worse is that they only let me take my phone and 1 suitcase with me. They didn't even let me bring a proper coat with me. Oh my God, what is Alex thinking? Did he just kick you out of the blue, like he did with me when I left? Yes, exactly. He suddenly went into a rage and wouldn't stop shouting at me until I agreed to leave. But I think this was his plan all along, to take the house from me for himself. These past 2 months have been a living hell for me. I've been treated like a servant by the two of them. They've been shouting at me every single day. It's been so hard being around them, being ordered around by them. I can't believe it. So he hasn't changed his ways after all. He told me he'd changed. He said he was a changed man. A changed man? Oh, he hasn't changed in the slightest bit. He even kicked your father's memorial altar. Now it's all broken because of him. Wow, that's just unacceptable. He hasn't taken care of you at all, and he's showing no respect to you or Dad's memory. Okay, Mom, I'm gonna go and pick you up. Sasha, I need you to get those two out of the house. But Alex is a big guy. I can't win against him with sheer strength. Oh God, what are we going to do? I was going to leave the house for you two to inherit in the first place. After all, you two are my children. But I can't stand the fact that Alex has just stolen my home away like this. It's just not okay. Mom, do you want to avenge those two? Yes, of course I do. The problem is how to teach them a lesson. If you're not in a rush to get back to that house, let's let them stay there. At least for the time being. It'll be okay. I have an idea. I heard you threw Mom out of the house.
What? Did she come crying to you for help? That's hilarious.
She texted me, so I went and picked her up. I'm going to take care of Mom from now on. I heard what you did to her. I can't believe you, Alex. This is low, even for you. After everything you told me, you promised to take care of Mom. Don't promises mean anything to you?
Whatever, bitch. She's all yours to take care of. I'm glad to get her off my hands. She was a real pain in the ass.
You haven't changed at all. You're a jerk, just like you've always been. I didn't think it was possible for you to become a bigger jerk than you were. All that I'm a changed man shit you talked about. You're even worse than you were before.
Once I got married, that apartment was too small for the two of us. And my wife wanted a house of our own, too.
So you just took Mom's place from her? Do you think this is acceptable behavior?
Yeah, you know, they refurbished the house about 15 years ago, so it's in pretty good condition now, despite its age. Now that I have the house to myself, I have enough space to start a family. All set to have kids of my own. This house was too big for Mom to live in anyway. It's better for us to use it. I'll be sure to make good use of it.
Just because you didn't have to throw out Mom altogether. For Mom, that house, it's a home to her. It's the home where she lived with Dad, the home which Dad left for her. Mom was upset with you, Alex. She was upset with you for betraying her like this. I really trusted you with your word, Alex.
It's your fault you believed what I said in the first place, you dumb bitch. This is what you get for throwing me out all those years ago.
That was because you did bad stuff. What did you expect after all that stealing and conniving? Mom has done nothing wrong.
Whatever the reason, it's unacceptable to abandon your own kid like that. Mom and Dad, they abandoned me.
It would be unacceptable if you were underage. But if you were of age, Alex, you were an adult. It's your responsibility to have to deal with the consequences for the things that you did. Mom and Dad had no obligation to look after you after all the trouble you caused them.
I bet you were real happy when I was gone out of your way. I bet you thought you'd have that house all to yourself, inheritance and all. Well, guess what? You're not getting anything. This place is all ours.
You can't just steal the house like this. Legally, Mom still has ownership of the house, so technically, you don't own the house.
Shut up! This house is mine! It's gonna stay mine too, forever!
What you're doing is illegally occupying the house, so listen up, Alex. Are you interested in owning the house? Legally? Mom says she'll give you the ownership of the house under one condition.
Condition? What condition? What are you trying to tell me?
We want to move Dad's memorial altar to our place. We want to properly move Dad to our house so his spirit will feel at peace. We want to hold a spiritual ceremony for Dad so we can pray for his peace. If Mom has to leave, Dad's going to be coming with her.
Do you hear what you're saying? Such spiritual bullshit? You're both complete nutcases.
If you don't agree to holding a prayer and a ceremony, Mom isn't going to give you the ownership to the house. Of course, we'll take care of all the costs involved. Wouldn't it be ideal for you if this was the only condition for you to own the house? All we're asking for is proper closure and for us to feel that Dad's spirit will be at peace.
Well, I'm not going to spend a dime on this ceremonial bullshit, and we're not helping out. So long as you guys handle all this nonsense you're talking about.
That's fine, you don't need to do anything. Why don't you watch TV or something while we handle everything at the house? It'll be all done in half an hour or so.
All right then, just get it done and get out of my house as soon as you're finished. You better keep your promise, though. After you do this, the house is gonna be mine legally forever. If you break your promise and if you don't deal with changing the ownership of this house, I'm gonna put you and Mom through hell.
Jeez, I'm not like you. I'm not going to break a promise I made. I promise we'll be done with this all in no time.
What the hell is wrong with this house? Did you know about this, Sasha? Did you set me up?
Hey, Alex, what's up? I don't know what you're talking about.
Stop with the bullshitting. I knew something was fishy. Is this why you arranged for me to have the ownership of this house? All the pillars in the house have been eaten by termites. You knew about this all along, didn't you? It's a fucking mess in the house.
Well, I may have known about that. Didn't think you'd mind, though. You were so keen on having the house to yourself. How did you find out, anyway?
We had a broken water pipe and we found out about the rotten pillars when we were mending the pipe. If an earthquake comes, this house is just gonna collapse. What did you do to the fucking house, Sasha?
Hey, I didn't do anything, Alex. Now, I remember you mentioned you work in construction, isn't that right? How did you not notice until now? Talk about being a professional. Still, better late than never, I guess.
It's not my fault. I've just started out in the field. I don't know much about houses yet. Besides, who checks all the pillars of the house? Nobody does that. How did you find out about the termites anyway?
Well, while I was still living there, I was thinking of refurbishing the house a bit. So I got some builders to check out the house and the overall condition. That's when I found out about the termites. They'd gotten to every pillar of the house all right. Must be in worse condition now. It's been a while now since we got the house checked.
You? Refurbishing this house? You must be kidding! You were unemployed while you lived here. How were you gonna pay for everything?
Well, I was unemployed, sure. That didn't mean I didn't have any savings. Although I quit my last job because of issues with my ex-boss, they paid me pretty well. So I had over $200K in savings. That's why I was planning on taking time off to chill out for 6 months or so.
200,000? What kind of salary did you get to be able to save that much?
Well, I hardly spent any of my money while I was working. I just went to work, came back home, ate, slept. Basically, that was my life back then. I was so busy, I didn't have enough time to spend any money besides my basic living expenses. But, as you say, I did need to find a new job. So I've been job hunting, and I just began my new job a couple of days ago. In fact, the salary at my new company is even higher than it was before.
You should have told me if you have that much money.
Why would I tell you anything about what I earn or my savings? I wouldn't trust you with important info like finances. I always had my suspicions towards you right from when you texted me after 5 years of nothing. I know people don't change so quickly or easily. Besides, talking about money only leads to more trouble.
If you have so much money, lend me some. If I don't do something with this house, it's gonna start falling apart. Lend me money to mend it.
Why don't you get rid of it then? I'm pretty sure the house has almost no value to it, but I guess you could still sell the land for something.
Dismantling the house is gonna cost more than what I can get from selling the land. I've used up all my savings moving into this house anyway. Since I had to pay to get rid of the stuff I had at my last apartment, I've got no money left on me.
I see. Well, you shouldn't have taken over the house in the first place. Look where you've ended up now. This is all your own fault. It's karma, Alex.
Come on, Sasha, I'm begging you. Lend me $50,000 for the refurbishing. I need to repair everything in this house. $50,000 must be like nothing to you, right? Please, Sasha, I'm your brother, your only brother. We're family, right? Come on, help me out here.
Wow, you're so desperate that you're playing the family card on me now, huh? Why would I even spend a cent on you? After everything you've done, I'm not helping you or giving you any money.
Look, Sasha, I'm sorry I kicked you out of here, and I'm sorry I looked down on you for being unemployed. Forgive me, please.
As of today, I'm cutting all contact with you. You're no family of mine. Goodbye, Alex. Enjoy your time at your new house, while it's still standing. My brother and his wife are still living at that house, living in fear of the house collapsing anytime soon. I heard a rumor that he had a ton of debt from trying to repair the house. But unfortunately, he got scammed by an unscrupulous company and the house is in worse condition than ever. Eventually, even his wife got sick of him. His wife was real mad when she found out about the termites, since she thought she finally had a nice house of her own. But ever since they found out about the termites, they have been fighting all the time. Apparently, the neighbors can hear them shouting and arguing all the time. As for me, I found a nice area where several of my mother's relatives live nearby. I built my mom a brand new bungalow there. Since it's a barrier-free house, it's easy for my mom to take care of and maintain. Our new house has become a place where all of our relatives stop by to chat and catch up with one another. Mom seems to enjoy her daily chats with her new friends and relatives. I'm really pleased that I could do something like this for my mom. I'm going to keep living with my mom, and I'm going to do my best to continue supporting her. I hope my dad is finally at peace now with how things worked out in the end.